still just doing a bit of Slayer, and here's another master clue I have to get rid of that I got a little bit of the ways in. He wants a Infernal Axe, and of course that not only requires DKs, which is the easy part, but it requires a Smoldering Stone, which I could get technically through Hellhounds at a 1 in 32,000 rate, but relying on that is kind of dumb, so yeah, it's another one I can't do. I got 3 steps in, and I actually, no wilderness steps, and I was able to kill an ancient wizard trio, which they hit pretty hard. Like the melee one hits like 33 pluses, and it's multi-combat, but luckily I had an area where I could hide behind some obstacles, so I didn't die. But yeah, I did have a follow the bard step before, and it was Barrow's gloves. Everything else he has is Marks of Grace is easy. God Book is easy. We basically have everything except Obsidian Maul, which you can store. Fighter Torso you can store. Rune Plate Body, you can just buy it. Numulite, you can get it. Cooking Gauntlets, that's an easy reobtain. Basalt, easy reobtain. Barrel Chest Anchor, it's a reobtain, but you have to repair it, so that's annoying. Dragon Defender, that's easy. Lava Dragon's Wildy. He's pretty fair in like the items you have to bring him, other than like the Armadillo Helmet. And Armadillo Helmet, Crystal Bow you can store. And then the Blisterwood Flail, that's a pain in the ass to remake, and it's also untradeable, so you have to keep it in your inventory. And then Lava Dragon Bones, that's wilderness, so oh well, I probably repeated myself like 500 times for the items, but oh yeah. And Greenman's Ale Mature, which technically you can store and take out one at a time. Missed the recording, I picked it up too fast, but we got a Mystic Robe top, dark. I've probably gotten one of these before, but I never bothered to pick it up and store it because that was before the storage update. But as you can see on the drop log, I got the Mystic Robe top on the same time as getting the hard clue. So if my calculations, let's see what the rate of this is, even though it doesn't matter, right? It's all arbitrary. Let's see, Mystic Robe top is a 1 in 512. And the hard clue is a 1 in 128, making this a... It's not even a calculator. Oh, there's the task done. 512 times 128. That's a 1 in 65k drop. If you're being really, picky or like really specific, but yeah. I really hate Iron Dragon tasks, but I kind of want to get points, and while I should be doing 1 Konar and like 4 Maz Chana, I really don't want to do that right now, so I end up getting Iron Dragons, and I've already been skipping stuff like, I skipped, what task did I skip recently? I skipped Cal Fight, even though I should have done that, but I did Aberrant Specters, and now I've got goddamn Iron Dragons, and they take forever to kill, but at least we have anti-fires, right? It takes like more than a minute to kill. It sucks. Just in the middle of a very long worm task, and I wanted to vent. Other than venting about worms is the fact that I really wish if you, after completing Song of the Elves, like, I understand these trees being there because that's like part of the forest, but like the leaf traps, the tripwires and the stick traps still being in the game after Song of the Elves, like, these traps are kind of designed to keep humans away from settlements, or like maybe they were also designed to keep the Ioworth rebels outside of Laletia, but having them still be... Oh, I took the wrong path. Yeah. Having them still be in the game after Song of the Elves completion is kind of annoying, because they've got quite a high fail rate, so it's kind of annoying if you want to do like a farm run. But yeah, that's just my vent out of the way for the video. Alright, here's a construction build that's long overdue. I figured since I had a lot of GP built up from Slayer, figured I might as well go do this. Oh, wait, marble block. Oh, I still need the bolt of cloth. But yeah, I will be constructing the the Gilded Altar and the POH, mainly just as a means for prayer restoration. I know most people use the pool nowadays, and ever since the update with dropping untradeable items on death for Ultimate Iron Man, ever since that, the Gilded Altars hasn't really seen much of a use because of the fact that you can just death pile and use the Chaos Altar in the Wilderness, and it's just a better Gilded Altar because it saves your bones. But I figure since I've got a mutated Bloodveld task in the Ioworth dungeon, I'll show you, and I'll show you right now actually. So here's where the POH teleport dumps you out, and here's the Ioworth dungeon, so that's quite a quick run. And boom, Bloodvelds are literally right here. They're the first monster you encounter in that dungeon, so it's a no-brainer. Instead of using food and trying to survive there with magic defense armor like I just tried, it's a no-brainer to use Proselyte, have protect melee up at all times, and just consistently flick Piety over and over and over. And then when you're ready to restore your prayer, you can literally just teleport to your house and pray right there. But yeah, the main use of the altar when you have, like, you know, a burner, you got like an incense burner where you get 250% XP, the main use is kind of gone. But sometimes people do use it. Ultimate Iron Man will use it when they return from like a PVM boss like Vorkath or Hydra, and they'll use the bones they picked up as drops from the boss. They'll use it on the altar because they're going to use the pool in their house anyway, so they might as well, instead of burying the bones, they might as well use it on the altar because they did get it in an unnoted form, so they can't really make use of the Chaos Altar for that fact. So yeah, it's now built. It's a pretty penny to build, but it is now there for prayer restoration purposes mainly, and once we get into high level PVM, it will be ready for using our excess bones. And we can also build cool things like the gnome child icon, a very funny looking thing, but I'm probably going to build the Zamorak icon, although you do have to put 2 gold leaf just to change the Ceradoman symbol here to a Zamorak one, but you do get a nice piece of decoration, so, you know. But then again, I might build the Bob the Cat icon for the flex, because it is the highest requirement. But yeah, it doesn't really matter which one you build. But yeah, I'm going to go continue this task. I've got like 100, 200 something of them. You know, you get them extended, and it's crazy how many you get. So I'm right on the cusp of 80 Slayer. Literally like 1 kill away, so go knock that out real quick. There we go, I missed it by combat interruption, but 80 Slayer on the account. I can now, if I wanted to, I could Wild Pie boost in an attempt to get a Abyssal Whip, but then again, the Abyssal Whip does not train strength directly, making the Dragon Sim the second best weapon to train strength at this point. I could grind out a it's called a Sarachnis Cudgel. It's 65 attack requirement, has the same speed as a Dragon Scimitar, but instead of slash, it uses crush, and it's got a higher crush bonus than the Scimitar's slash, and it also has a higher strength bonus, so it's the next step up but you also have to grind out a low to mid tier boss, where the only worthwhile drops other than elite clues and the cudgel are noted red spider's eggs, which makes it actually quite a nice boss to kill for Herblore, because before people would kill, they would kill the Spidines and the Tower of Life, because that gave them noted red spider's eggs. But yeah, that's what people did before, and it was kind of stupid. But yeah, 80 Slayer. I can boost for the whip now if I wanted to, but I'm not. And I can get Necrile tests, as you can see them. They're right over there. Those are the stronger variant. Necryles are right. Probably another task we'd have to bring prayer potions on. Most people end up bursting them, not in this dungeon at least, because it's not multi-combat. But in the Karen dungeon, people burst them because it's multi-combat, and they're not weak. I think they've got like a negative magic defense, so you can go in like full proselyte and burst them. Pack them all up together, and it makes it quite a quick task, because they line up really nicely, unlike other Slayer monsters like Bloodveld. They're kind of big monsters, so they don't really facilitate bursting that well. So yeah, when they also drop rune boots. Necryles drop rune boots, which have the same strength bonus as climbing boots. Might actually be one greater than climbing boots, and they also have better defensive bonuses. And I think also rune boots are used in an elite clue step. You pair it with a Helm of Netsinot and a Dragon Pickaxe. But that might be a Master Stash, so that's a little bit ways of the way off. But when we get the construction level, that knocks out the other requirement out of the way for storing a Dragon Pickaxe, which, you know, you would honestly store the Dragon Pickaxe and alch the other two items, and then use the Dragon Pickaxe for mining, because the rune boots, I think, are like a 1 in 128 drop. It's a very easy, you know, thing to get out quickly, because you would want to use the D-pick and save inventory spaces, and you don't want to clog up your looting bag. And you mainly would use the D-pick, not for mining, but most people use it on command for like the Chambers of Xeric. So yeah, if you wanted to do Chambers of Xeric, you would just take that out and alch the other two items, and there you go. So yeah, just wanted to point that out. Okay, so I was doing a Mazchina task, and I got a Banshee task, which spawned a Superior, and I did it in the Catacombs of Krend, which means they always drop a Dark Totem piece, and that allowed me to finish my second Dark Totem. And now that I finally have 75 attack, it allows me to wield Arclight, which is the best weapon to defeat demons. I don't want to really come in here with an attack potion. I really could, but Skatizo is so susceptible to Arclight, it shouldn't matter anyway. The Arclight, not only does it hit high against Skatizo, but it will always one-hit the altars that spawn, which is very useful. Normally I had to glitch them out with the, you can glitch them out by killing them all on the same tick. Well, not on the same tick, like you get them really low, and then you kill all of them before any has a chance to respawn, and they don't respawn after that. But now I can kill them with Arclight, and the strat, for melee at least, when you have low supplies, you want to have Protect Mage on, and then while the mage attack is right about to hit you, you walk in and you smack him with the, you smack him in MD, and then you immediately run away, so you don't get melee hit, because he can melee you if you're an MD, but he can also mage you in MD, so long as you're out of his melee distance, you can cheese him by waiting for a mage hit, and then as soon as you see it, you smack him, and then you run away. So that's what we're going to do. If I run out of supplies, I'm going to teleport out. I'm pretty sure Skatizo is one of those bosses now where your stuff isn't kept in a person that holds your stuff, but all the items are dropped outside of the instance, right in this area. Before, you would always lose them, and I actually killed him once during that time where that was a thing, so that was interesting, but I didn't die, and I got this Dark Claw out of it. So let's see if I get the pet. Or better yet, let's see if I get the Jar of Darkness, which is absurdly rare and a huge flex on any Iron Man. And I failed the kill. Not only did I ran out of prayer potions, but I ran out of food. I was fucking up the, how you're supposed to do the whole flicking and piety flicking, and he had like 180 health left. Oh well. Missed out on a chance of a pet, but that kind of sucks. My inventory was clogged up, so I don't know what I was expecting, but yeah. You still can do the Dark Altar glitch, but you gotta wait for all 4 of them to spawn, and then you gotta run towards them. Otherwise, you're gonna run like a chicken with your head cut off every time one respawns, so oh well. But time to finish up and try to get a vampire task for Sins of the Father. Okay, I just finished my 250th task in a row at Konar. I got Ankus. At first I got Bronze Dragons, but of course then I had to skip them. But now that I have 890 points, while I could save for another helmet recolor, namely the Vorkath one, as when we finally get that item, that will allow us to store the item necessary for the Ava's device. I think I'm honestly going to spend it on Stop the Wyvern. It's a pretty good thing to unlock. It basically makes you get the tasks you want more often, as you're removing Fossil Island Wyverns from your task list on any task without actually blocking them. So it's pretty good to unlock, and it's 500 points, which is like the second most expensive unlock you can do. We still don't have Tazar or boss monsters unlocked, but like, The only other task I'd want to unlock would be like maybe Lizardmen for like Dragon Warhammer hunting, but you know, here we go. Stop the Wyvern, unlocked. We can now never get Fossil Island Wyverns as a task, which is pretty good. I mean, while they do have decent alchables and seed drops, you don't get too many of them. You get like 20, maybe 30, and they're not a worthwhile task trying to go for if you want to get the elusive drops like the Granite Longsword, the Granite Boots, and the Ancient Wyvern Visage for the collection log. And we honestly don't need those, but we might go for them eventually, but ideally you would want something like Dragon Hunter Lance before going there, and other strength gear. So hopefully Moschina gives me vampires, but you know, let's see what we get. Mogres. You know, that is one of the few tasks I like to skip here because it just takes a while. 64 of them. Like, I skip Mogres. Rock Slugs I'll do. I skip Mogres, Killer Watts, and Earth Warriors because anything else is like, it's just not worth it, you know? They take so long. Nice. I got another Cockatrice head. I don't know if the one I've gotten before was on the collection log, but I remember getting one before doing like really low level Slayer, and I'm still doing the Moschina boosting in one Konar task, and I still have yet to see a vampire task, so I don't know, maybe I'll unlock vampires as a task with Konar and the others as, once you complete Sins of the Father, they're like, pretty chill tasks to do, because you can just take the, Blisterwood Flail, which is reobtainable with a little bit of GP, and then, it's a nice task, because I think there's an altar right nearby, so you just protect melee and flick piety. It's really, really quick, really chill, and plus you can have the chance of getting blood shards, so yeah. I think I still need the Mystic Gloves, or whatever Mystic pieces these guys drop, but, yep. Bruh. Okay, because I was pretty unlucky, and I still am unlucky for getting a vampire task, I decided to take a long break and finally grind out the Nightmare Zone points we need for imbuing a Slayer helmet. Note, this does carry over if I was to, like right now you see purple Slayer helmet imbued, and it gives magic attack, ranged attack, and you also get 10 magic defense, which is a 11 defense upgrade in mage, because it's got a -1 bonus on imbued. But see, if you disassemble it, you get the black mask is basically what's imbued, right? Which is untradeable. Yeah, the black mask imbued is untradeable, and then when you want to put everything together again, you do that, and that's still the Slayer Helmet imbued, and the Dark Claw. Boom, boom, boom. Just like new. So if we were to get a Vorkath head or a different head and we want to change the color of our Slayer Helm, we would just discard the Dark Claw and we would be able to keep the imbue on the Slayer Helm. So yeah, wonderful, wonderful. The extra magic defense will give us a slight edge against the Sins of the Father boss when we get to it, but we still have to find that elusive Slayer task. Let's go do that. 10th task is worms. Well, at least at least I can finally make use of the imbued Slayer helmet. Before, I would kill these with melee, wearing magic defense gear and not even bringing prayer potions. It was pretty painful. So now I can chill, get my plus 176 ranged attack with the Armadyl book, and yeah, 176 ranged attack. Broad bolts gives me 100 range strength. Hopefully I can get a unique at worms. The uniques are the dragon sword and the harpoon, and the throw axes and the throwing knives. Those are also dropped by other monsters in the Mount Carolum dungeon, so I'm not really looking for those. I think I got the axes before from worms, but here's hoping we get one of them at least. There we go. In addition to our collection log, we aren't going to keep this. It's a 43k drop. It's hovering right at ALC price, and originally this was good for originally this was received from raids, Chambers of Zarek, as a decently common reward, but they removed it from raids and they added it to the worms drop table. And yeah, this is a 1 in 2,000 chance to get it off on task. It's 1 in 10,000 on task. But to get any dragon item from these that's not a dragon dagger, it's a 1 in 500 on task. So it's cool. I mean, I'm probably not going to keep it, because, I mean, it gives you 112 stab, which is good for, like, metal dragon tasks, but I don't know. Now that I have the imbued Slayer helm, I don't feel like having a dragon short sword is necessary. Honestly, it's kind of meh. But yeah, it's interesting. I think it's like one of the best stab weapons until like Zamorak has to. So that's an item we would definitely keep, but not this. Here's the special. Yep. Yeah, I changed my mind. I'm gonna keep the dragon short sword for now. I alked my scimitar, so let me show my reasoning for this. So the dragon short sword, it's got 3 less strength bonus than the dragon scimitar. With the Artie cape, it gets a really good stab bonus. So if I'm fighting a Slayer monster that I'm not able to one-hit with the short sword, I will switch to the battle axe. It's a extra attack bonus in slash, which is cool, and it's also got a massive strength bonus compared to the short sword. And as we all know, the leaf-bladed battle axe is only slightly worse than the dragon scimitar, so the battle axe will be my best in slot for slash and crush. And the short sword that is really hard to reobtain will be really good for dragon tasks, which is very nice, since we don't have the Zamorak Hasta yet. There we go, there's my 300th task in a row, giving me a total of 1,230 Slayer points, which will allow me to purchase another helmet recolor. Of course, the one I want is the Vorkath recolor, as that allows you to store a Vorkath head inside the Slayer helmet, which allows you to reclaim the highest tier Ava's device on command without having to kill Vorkath again, which is always wonderful. So let's go unlock that. There we go. That leaves us with 1, 2, 3, 4,000 points left in unlocks of the Slayer Helm. They are very costly, but let's see if Mazchina gives us a Vampyre task. I have literally gotten every task from Mazchina except for vampires. Let's see what we got. Not horrible, but again, not vampires. Yeah, the strategy for this is to teleport to Lumberridge, grab the Mauritania legs. Actually, you know what? Probably just going to do the Shades of Mort teleport. I really don't need food. But yeah, the strategy... Oh, there's a shooting star. Yeah, that's a new update now, shooting stars, but there's not a teleport for that. But yeah. Shades of Morton, the strategy for here is to hop to a non-official Shades of Morton world. You repair the temple, which will make the shades start to attack it and attract them to the temple you're trying to construct. Otherwise, you'd have to chase them down in a annoying area. These people are doing it. I think this is the official Shades of Morton world. Yep. So let's hop and get it done. There we go. I missed the level, but I got 78 farming, so if I was so inclined, maybe on like a looting bag cleanup, I could use up some of these dragon fruit tree seeds that we got from Konar and birdhouses. You can get a +3 boost with a garden pie, and 78 +3 would put us at 81. Dragon fruit tree seeds give, let's see here. It would have made sense to plant them with a Hespori thing active, but we didn't. They give you a total of, it's like 17,500 farming XP, and we've got 8, and that would probably bring us to the next level, maybe. I'm bad at math. It'd bring us pretty close. It would be like 1.5k XP off, which would be nice. Spirit Trees is 83, so we're a little bit off of that. We're like 2 farming levels off of that for boosting, so yeah. There we go. Finally got a pair of Mystic Boots Light. I think I ended up getting these before, but of course I wasn't able to store them because the costume rework wasn't in effect yet, so I think this is the first piece of Mystic I'll be storing. And I did end up getting the light Mystic robe top from Kurasks, but of course I couldn't keep it, so yeah. Okay, so here we are in Mostly Harmless, and we're going to say goodbye to the purple coloring on the Slayer helm. What I mean by that is, in a recent update, last update in fact, they made it so that you can attach dark claws to the Mogre flippers to make dark flippers. Here's what flippers look like by themselves, very normal, right? And so we take these over to Patchy, an NPC that we don't really go to that often, or much at all. I don't think I've ever been to him on this account. And you say you want it. You go to the next interface, and there we go. Dark Flippers. You can make a choice number of items here. Party hat and specs would be cool if we got the monocles before the Christmas event. Or, you know, monocles in the POH, and then next time we do the Christmas event, we can get that beret and mask. Still don't have a black beret, so I can't do that just yet. But, we're going to go with the Dark Flippers, because we can actually store these in our house in the same place that, Flippers in the Mudskipper hat go, so... Yep, they're going away for good, that's what he says. So, goodbye to the Dark Claw. But we still have our imbued Slayer helmet, just no longer colored purple. But now we have Best in Slot Fashionscape. Nice. And like I said, you can store them in the POH. I don't know if they sit where the same flippers are, or you have to take the flippers out. We'll see. Dark Flippers. Yep, there they are. Somewhere. Yep, they're literally by themselves. That's kind of funny. I thought they would go where the Mudskipper kit is, but yeah, they are by themselves. A new item in the ever-expanding magic wardrobe that we probably need to upgrade soon. I mean, we definitely aren't running short on space, but I have the level to do so. Finally, we get a sign to kill. While it's a low amount, I'm pretty sure it's the amount of vampires we need for the rest of the Vampire Quest series. I don't know if every single vampire counts as a kill in the fight. Let's see. Darkness of Hallowvale. We need to kill... We don't even kill any monsters in Darkness of Hallowvale. We get attacked by Vanstorm Claws 5 times. Says it's very possible to die, but we'll be using D'hide for that. So no vampires are killed for that. And then the next quest is... I believe it's Taste of Hope. Let's see how many vampires we need to kill for that. Taste of Hope. Abomination, that's not a vampire. It might be, actually, I don't know. It says it's a monster. Ranus Dracan, that's a vampire. 4 Firewatch, that's 4 vampires. So we got 4, 5, possibly 6. And then Sins of the Father will give us Vampire Juvenate twice. So 7, Mutated Bloodvild, Damien Lucret, possibly. Let's see. We should have enough, definitely, and it'll make the quest much easier. So Darkness of Hallowvale. Let's go do that. Alright, there's Darkness of Hallowvale complete. This is where the 2 game modes diverge from Old School and RS3, have different ways of ending up the Vampire questline, and this was the last Vampire quest in Old School before they added the finale. So this gets us a little bit of experience, the tome. We get access to the other half of Temple Trekking, which we don't even need to use now that we've got the Lumberjack outfit. And we get the Tome of Experience, which we're going to use after we complete Tears of Guthix for the week. So we can put the Tome into Herblore. Now we can do the last 2 quests, Taste of Hope and Sins of the Father. And there we go. There's Ranus Dracan defeated for the Taste of Hope quest. After this cutscene, you get the Draken's Medallion and a Tome of Experience, which adds up to 7,500 experience in a skill of your choice. You also get awarded with the Draken's Medallion, which has infinite teleports to the Theater of Blood. Funnily enough, you do get the Draken's Medallion in RS3 from one of the Vampyre quests, but the Draken's Medallion you get from that, since there is no Theater of Blood, it teleports you instead to a couple locations like Barrows, Darkmire, Berg de Rot, a couple of choice locations, but it actually doesn't have infinite teleports, funnily enough, which is strange, but that's just how it is. But yeah. After this, I'll be able to start Sins of the Father, and I can progress through that quest, and then once I get to the final boss fight, I'm going to reshift my inventory, maybe use up a couple supplies, and basically I'm going to utilize sharks instead of monkfish. Probably drop the white berries, magic logs I don't really need, I can burn those. Numulite I'm going to use since I'm using these Hespori seeds right now. I don't really have an active Hespori to suicide at, so I'll have to suicide at Volcanic Mine and use the Numulite to get my stuff back. So yeah, backups. Alright, all geared up and ready for the Vampyre Claws fight. Here is my gear: 2 Fordo's Prayer Potions, Attack Potion after the Battle Axe spec, Mauritania Legs to get there, 4, 12, 15 Pineapple Pizzas, 5 Cooked Caramboin, and we're using Bronze Throne Axes. They're a little bit slower than darts, but they get the similar job done. There's a mechanic where you have to hit a blood veld or else it'll explode and do a lot of damage to you. But they're still quite fast. And the key is it's a one-handed ranged weapon where we don't need ammunition clogging up our inventory. And as you can see, again, I am risking the Plank Sack, Drum and Staff, 2 Hespori Seeds. That doesn't matter because it's reobtainable. And an arbitrary, miscellaneous prayer potion that we had while doing the quest. So yeah, I've looked up some guides. It doesn't look too bad. It looks like you really have to focus on counting 10 hits that Vampyre Claws does. And in addition, you have to get good at dodging the lightning. But at 83 strength, boosted with the Dragon Battle Axe, our best DPS will be with Accurate instead of Crush, because Crush will not give us an additional max hit, so we'll go with Accurate. Piety the whole time, because we'll have 2 Prayer Potions, don't have to focus on flicking, because the more I focus on flicking, the more I end up, the more I focus on flicking, the less I focus on mechanics, because I'm trying to get the perfect rhythm down for flicking. That's just me. I know other people are better at flicking, but yeah, I'm all geared up. Magic defense of 119, which is, you need magic defense for this fight. Crush 113, and melee strength of 74. And I'm on task, so we'll get a little bit of accuracy and damage boost. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. Doesn't take too long to gear up for this one, and there's not a lot of there's not the traps like Saren had in the forest, so hopefully I can get it the first try, but I'm gonna have to get used to counting those 10 attacks, so we'll see how it goes. Wow, that was easy. Kind of over-prepared for that. Plank Sack is safe once again. Vampyre Claws defeated. there it is. Sins of the Father complete. 2 quest points, access to Darkmire, which gives us the best agility XP per hour at the Hallowed Sepulchre. Blisterwood equipment doesn't really matter that much, and Draken's Medallion Darkmire teleport, which will be good for Hallowed Sepulchre. Tome of Experience grants us 45k Herblore XP. And I already reached 71 when I was making room for the looting bag. So yeah, 71 herb, Sins of the Father complete. Last quest, of course, Dragon Slayer 2, the Grandmaster quest. Might do that later, I don't know. Okay, this will probably be the last clip for the video. I'm all geared up for Hallowed Sepulchre. Here's the gear. This is for enchanting and alching. 10 vampire dust, plank sack filled with regular planks, steel nails, which are kind of an annoyance to get. I don't know if I'm going to keep doing that. Keep getting the supplies for the bridge because of I'm more focused on XP per hour, and only 50 steel bars are sold at a time, so it's kind of annoying. But that's just how it is. Yep. I can honestly bag the prayer potions if I wanted to, Draken's Medallion to get back, and the Mauritania legs to teleport to Bergdarat so we can fight the feral vampires with the Blisterwood flail to restock on vampire dust. So this is the Hallowed Sepulchre, and yeah, this NPC will be able to store the rewards that he sells, and originally it wasn't like that, so thank goodness for that they did that. But yeah, these that it gives us are teleport you back to here, and yeah, that's the storage. You can store 1 of each, and then 1,000 tokens, which are useless once you get good at the Sepulchre. The first thing we're going to buy is the ring. That makes you so you don't take damage anymore from failing, so that's a no-brainer. So see you in the next video, I guess. I'm going to do some agility.